So out of the bat, I wanna say that this video is inspired by all those icebergs vids made on a certain fandom. And yes, I already know someone already made one. Also, if you don't know how an iceberg video works, it's basically a deep dive into a certain fandom's lore, like the cancel stuff for example. And the further you go deeper into the iceberg, the more weirder it gets and more stuff is less unknown. Anyway, let's get it started. Pretty sure everyone knows what this one is, but just in case one guy doesn't know, Yako sings about the countries of the world in rapid succession in the tune of the Mexican hat dance. The song itself had a major impact on meme culture back in 2018, back when everyone was making Yako about X-type vids. This is referring to the different intros of the opening you see before every episode, so there's quite a few variations of the intro. There's too much to mention, but these are the lines that change. And sometimes the intro gets extended in future episodes, that happens before the Pinky and the Brain line. There's also a variable line that changes pretty much in every episode.
Here's a show's namey, Pinky and the Brainy. Come back, Shaney, the rain in Spainy. Cockamamie, Shirley MacLaine. Al Urbaney, Citizen Caney. Ramada Strainy, Where's Lon Chaney? Eisenhower Mamie, Miss Elaney. Chicken Chow Maney, Dana Delaney. Dana Delaney. Here's a show's namey, Citizen Caney. Cure des drôles de manie. They lock us in the tower whenever we get caught. But we break loose and then the moose, and now you know the plot. We're Animaniacs. Dog is cute and Yakko yaks. Wacko packs away the snacks while Bill Clinton plays the sax. We're Animaniacs.
Pinky and the Brain is a spin-off series about two mice and one mouse that wants to take over the world. One is named Pinky and one is named Brain, and one is a genius and the other is insane.
Pinky and the Brain, yes, Pinky and the Brain. One is a genius, the other's insane.
Each episode revolves about how Brain will take over the world in different ways, and it fails every time due to Pinky's incompetence or Brain's overachieving. The term Animaniacs movie, they're probably talking about the direct-to-VHS movie Wackos Witch, which was a 1999 sort of Christmas movie, and I'm about to spoil it. The ones are orphans that live in a poor village called Acme Falls, and everyone got taxed to the extreme by the greedy well-run plots. So one day of living miserably, Wacko wishes upon a star, which when the person touches will grant one wish. Take out the whole town and the race is on.
Then right there before my eyes I saw a light up in the skies. The wishing star lit up the night and then exploded really bright. It fell to earth and it came on down in a great big piece, then hit the ground. And then some fairy said to me, whoever gets there first, you see, just touch the star. That's all you do and then you get your wish come true.
Touch the star, that's all you do, and then you get your wish come true.
Wait now, let me get you straight now. You mean whoever gets there first can have a wish all to
We
himself?
have to go now because we know now that if I'm the first to touch the star, the wish belongs to me. We've got to run now before they're done now, so we can get a bigger start and get the others to the punch.
I can't be slow now. We've got to go now.
And I have got to get there first because the wish belongs to me.
The movie itself is really heartwarming with some funny jokes, quite heavy themes like I mentioned the taxing. Dot has a cough in the movie and she almost dies and I almost cried. That's when I feel like I'm watching something special. When the creators worked hard on this movie to get genuine emotions out of me, I love that. In summary, it's a movie with a nice message about never giving up hope and that there will be always hope in this world.
Hello, nurse.
It's a catchphrase Yako and Wacko, and sometimes Dot will say when Yako and Wacko see the titular Hello Nurse or anyone pretty much, and Dot says it when seeing attractive guys like Mel Gibson. This is referring to Wacko's America, where Wacko sings about all of the 50 states of America and their capitals. It's slightly less popular version of Yakko's world, and it's really nothing special. This entry is referring to the song Yakko sings all the words in the English language. It's again the tune of the previously covered Yakko's world. I really have nothing special to say this time, it's just numbers. So Tom Ruegger, the showrunner of the original show, never properly specified what the words actually are, but here's what he said in an interview. Cartoonus caracterus. Did I say that correctly? But you can find the official ages of them on the official Animaniacs wiki on fandom. Yakko is 14, Wacko is 11, and Dot is... I have no clue what this is referring to at all. If anyone knows, please write it in the comments, I have no idea. I think this is referring to the Ralph V.A. Frank Welker who got his start from Scooby-Doo. That actually took me a while to realize that. I think this is referring to the voice actor for Pinky, Rob Paulsen, saying Narf. Other than that, I have no idea in the slightest. Okay, I know what this one is. Back when the show first premiered, one of the people who worked on the show put a Wacko balloon on top of the water tower at the time, and the guy back then who was in charge of the studio back then, when he saw it, he thought he was attacked by some kind of aliens or something. He said that the thing looked like a misshaped Mickey Mouse. So before Animaniacs became what they are, they were like another Looney Tunes spin-off show, but they were modeled after Plucky. I'm not 100% sure what this is referring to, but I think it's the Warners have a shared universe between the movie where everything is canon, and that the show itself is taking place in the real world and not just an imaginary place. Absolutely no clue. Moving on. Researching this into Google, nothing comes up. But what I can gather, the person mentioned all of the words in the English language. Dick Butter mentions that next time Wacko will sing all of the numbers above 0 as the ending joke. Since then the song was never made. Maurice LaMarche, the voice actor for Brain, mentioned that the brain is supposed to be modeled as and have a similar voice after Orson Welles, but I don't know why is his head like that though. For some reason, most of the side characters are nowhere to be seen in the reboot besides from like one scene. Why did they disappear? No one really knows. So in the early production of the show, there was supposed to be a third Warner brother and his name was Sacco. He was wearing a backwards cap and he was supposed to be the bossy type. I guess this is referring to the thing that in the early production of show Wacko was supposed to be only wacky as his personality. So they took some of Wacko's personalities and just put it into the fourth brother, created a lovable goof we all know him as Wacko. There's a vid made by the Nostalgia Critic that was an animation of Pinky and the Brain swearing made back in August 6, 2014 and it's very funny. Here's a clip.
I could have had the world years ago if you didn't keep f***ing it up. Oh dear!
I'm not exactly sure what this means, maybe the line in the opening you'll have to collapse has some type of different meaning, I don't know. So this segment of the video is gonna have some sensitive content. If you don't like stuff like that, skip over this part entirely.
And now, the Kama Sutra brought to you by everyone's favorite singer of lists, Yakko Warner.
So there's this Robot Chicken Animaniacs parody on it also when Yakko sings about the different positions of Kama Sutra, aka sex, and it's cursed. I'm not sure if I can show this, but here's a clip.
Doggy style rowing boat, shoulder stand, frog and fan, dolphin and eagle and toad.
Also there's this funny line at the end.
Unlicensed doctor and French helicopter, let's try these positions on dog!
What?
This was the first ever Adult Swim thing I watched as a 14-year-old. This song is also known as Yakko's Sex Ed. You know, I was expecting something way worse. As someone who's still learning what sex is and how reproduction works, it wasn't too bad. At least I don't need to bleach my eyes out from this. That sure was an experience. How we begin from an innocent little show from mostly kids to Yakko singing about sex positions. You too, please don't age restrict this. If you enjoyed it, give it a like. If you'd like to see more videos from me, subscribe. So that was it for today, and good night, everybody.